Thank you for coming to the Ambershows. Like all made-up holidays, Memorial Day is a federal holiday in the United States for remembering and honoring people who have died in and while serving in the United States Armed Forces. Now it's all of a sudden become a barbecue time to travel, get on the roads. It's one of the most dangerous times of the year to travel besides for the 4th of July. So please, let's honor those fallen soldiers who have died for our country as it should be honored. Also, if you're going to barbecue and travel, please don't drink and drive. Get yourself a Lyft driver, get yourself an Uber driver, find a family member or a friend who doesn't drink so you'll have a designated driver. Let's keep it safe, everyone, this weekend. Also, you don't have to die in a car accident. You can kill someone else in a car accident. You can maim yourself. You can maim someone else. So it's just important that you stay safe, stay sober on the road. Abortion. Now, the real reason white people are really frightened, if you don't understand the destruction of the Planned Parenthood offices and the building of the wall we're going to build on the southern border of the United States, you have not read the book Birth, Dearth. That's B-I-R-T-H, Dearth, D-E-A-R-T-H, by Ben Lautenberg. He was a Jewish man. He wrote the main problem in the United States. There are not enough white babies being born in the United States. He was an advisor to many presidents of the United States. He wrote this book in 1987. He said if we don't change this and change it rapidly, white people will lose their numerical majority in this country, and this will no longer be the white man's land. 60% of fetuses that are aborted every year are by whites. If they can keep that 60% alive, that will solve the birth dearth. Abortion ban equals white survivors. We have been in the Census Bureau as being separated by our brown and black skin, which is not correct. There are black people, there are white people, there are Asian people. That's it. Of course, black people came first, but we have been taught, like Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Africans, Haitians, Jamaicans, that we're in different categories. These are just people that were brought to different lands, different countries, and speak different languages, but they are brown and black people, our Mexican brothers, our Native American brothers and sisters. So we're continuously making babies, but obviously white people are not. So this is all these 30 white men who've got this law now banning abortion in Alabama, and they're trying to get it all over. They're trying to take and make sure that they can save the white race. Read the Birth, Dearth. Knowledge is power. We are commingling and having children. Black and white people together are having children, and those children, when you mix black with white, you get brown, and this will create a complete brown nation eventually. So read the book. It's very important that you know what's happening, and if we can vote, make sure you vote. And it's great to be pro-life, but at the early stages, and also those that have been raped or incest victims, it's not fair that they should have to not be able to have a choice as to whether or not they want to carry that child and do what they want to do with their bodies, instead of old white men determining it. Despite our unemployment rate, nearly 50% advanced, almost 40% of Americans would still struggle in the face of a $400 financial emergency. If your car broke down, you have one car in your home, if some appliances broke down that you really need, your stove, your refrigerator, your washing machine, anything that you really need, and you can't, it's not in your budget. So it can become a financial burden. There are many hardships for many black and brown people. This study was really showing from the perspective of blacks and Puerto Ricans. But we give our dollars away. We give it back into other communities instead of keeping it into our own community. We automatically are working usually for corporations and businesses that are white owned. So when you get that paycheck, you're getting a paycheck from a white person. You are persons. You're going to the grocery store, you're buying toilet paper, you're buying sanitary napkins, you're paying your mortgage, you're paying your car notes. This is all going back into white businesses, white corporations. So the money is not staying in our community. We have to begin to also buy black. We need to also begin to make our own products. The message, if you read the book Message to the Black Man that Elijah Muhammad wrote years ago, he gives us all this information that we don't have anything, and we are one of the biggest people who use more cash in communities than anywhere else. That's why most these nail salons and hair businesses, they're Asians, they come into our community and they get cash dollars because that's what we're mostly spending, and then they move out of our community and take their dollars with them and go downtown somewhere else to white areas. Okay, so 61% of adults in 2018 say they would cover a big unexpected expense, but they would have to either cash out their 401ks if they have them. If they have a credit card, they'd have to just cash out a credit card, which is going to be exorbitant in interest fees. They might have to borrow it if they know anybody they could borrow it from. Everybody might be broke like them. They have to maybe if they have a savings account, they have to exhaust their savings account. So it's really important that we begin to learn more about economy and how we're spending and how we're saving. The numbers were highest, as I said, for blacks and Hispanic Americans, for people making $40,000 a year or less. Unless you live under a rock, you don't know about black billionaire who made a great grant to eliminate the debt of the 2019 graduates at Morehouse University this past week. He paid all of their debts at Morehouse. He's a billionaire. I don't think many of us had heard of him before. So he's going to take on about a $40 million cost, paying for all of their student debt. His name is Robert Smith. So who is Robert Smith? Robert Frederick Smith is an American black man. He's a businessman. He's an investor. He's a philanthropist. He's a former chemical engineer. He's an investment banker. He's the founder, chairman, and CEO of private equity firm called Vista Equity Partners. He was ranked by Forbes as the 163rd richest person in America. He's worth about $5 billion. Both his parents were PhD teachers. He grew up in Denver. He owns a home in Austin, Texas, Malibu, California, and in New York City. The Trump administration has postponed Harriet Tubman's $20 bill release. He claims it won't be released for years and years to come, which is really, really sad thing. Tornadoes, storms are all coming through the Midwest this weekend, coming up now, these months that are coming up. This is the season for it. Hurricanes, this is the hurricane season coming up in the South. It's very important that you stock up on candles, matches, lighters, batteries, flashlights, water, blankets, canned goods, manual can openers. These are things that are essential. Again, you read the book by Elijah Muhammad, Message to the Black Man. He told us all of this, and he wrote that book more than 40 years ago. I'm going to leave you guys with one last note. Why does the zoo charge people to look at animals that they stole. The only thing we need from animals is forgiveness. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming to the Ambershows, and I'll see you again soon. Have a wonderful and safe holiday weekend. Don't forget to share my video.